Hello students, I Kamlesh Kumar. Welcome to all of you at my YouTube channel Social Science Academy. In the previous video, we have started the chapter The First War of Independence 1857, in which we have discussed the difficult words, new terms and introduction of the chapter. In this video, we are going to deal with the various causes of the 1857 revolt. So there were various causes, and the first cause is political causes of the 1857 revolt. So let us see. The revolt was the outcome of the widespread resentment that had been boiling against the British for a long time. The Indian sepoys were dissatisfied with the treatment meted out to them. The Indian rulers Bahadur Shah Zafar, Tatia Tope of Gwalior, Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi and Nana Sahib of Kanpur had personal escorts to settle with the Britishers. So they led the revolt in their respective territories. So what happened? After the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar, when the final authority or the final establishment of the East India rule was established in India, the various exploitative natures came out on Indian soil by the Britishers, and these exploitative natures of the British economic policy became the cause of anguishness among the Indian masses, and it culminated in the form of 1857 revolt. Though the revolt was a first time coming together of the Indian masses against the Britishers, but there were various rulers who were having their personal interest to settle with the Britishers. So we will also see this in the chapter, like Bahadur Shah Zafar was facing difficulty because the pension of the Mughal emperor was stopped. Tatia Tope of Gwalior was having his own interest. Rani Lakshmi Bai was having her own interest. Nana Sahib of Kanpur was having his own interest. So every Indian rulers were having their own problem to face with the Britishers. The common people of Delhi, Lucknow, Gwalior and other places had no narrow ambitions of the power or money. They wanted to end the foreign exploitation. So from grassroots level to the upper level of the Indian masses, the people were not happy, not satisfied with the British rule, British exploitative nature of Indian economy. So meanwhile, the Britishers introduced various type of new policies which were also not in favor of the Indian rulers, and one of the that policy was the doctrine of lapse. The policy of annexation by Lord Dalhousie, particularly the doctrine of lapse, created fear among and resentment among Indian rulers. They were not allowed to adopt heir to the throne. This policy ensured that those kingdoms where the kings did not have natural heirs would be taken over by the British after the demise of the king. It is believed that if the British would have not snapped the compensation that the kings were paid earlier in return of share in the government, the kings would not have joined the revolt. So what happened under this doctrine of lapse? Simply, suppose if the king is not having the male heir or male successor on the throne, then in that case that state will be annexed by the Britishers. So it was against the various Indian rulers, because many of the rulers were not having male heirs. One example is Jhansi, where it was annexed on the basis of doctrine of lapse. So the British signed many treaties with the king and nawabs, but violated them as per their convenience. One such treaty signed with Awadh was subsidiary alliance in 1801. The Wajid Ali Shah was compelled to accept the permanent British army within the territory and to pay subsidy for its maintenance. He could not recruit any other European in his service without prior approval. He had to station a resident in his court, which reduced the power of the Nawab. Gradually, the Indians lost all trust in the British. Awadh had been an ally of the East India Company for a nearly century. Still, it was annexed to on the plea that the government was not functioning properly. The Nawab was exiled to Calcutta. Begum Hazrat Mahal took over the reign of Awadh. This shocked the other rulers. Means what happened? Another policy was introduced, that was this subsidiary alliance. Under this policy, what happened? Suppose there are various rulers A, B, C, three states are there, and they are not having good relations with each other, and they are having fear that the state A can attack on B, B can attack on C, C can attack on A. Means they are having fear with each other. So they are going to enter in an alliance with the Britishers, and Britishers will guarantee them the protection from the other enemy states. And this service was not free of cost, for which, for the maintenance of this army, such type of army, the Britishers charged some amount on the allied power. So this was a means of income for the Britishers and without any responsibility. So this situation happened with the Nawab of Awadh, and it created fear among other Indian rulers. So it was another political cause of the British against Britishers. Let us see one fact. Lord Dalhousie was appointed Governor General in India in 1848. The 8 years of his rule are considered the greatest period of the expansion of British power in India. So very important fact from examination point of view. Directly it can be asked in the examination. So keep it remembered. Now let us move to the economic causes. The policy of economic exploitation and destruction of the traditional Indian economic structure by the British caused widespread resentment among Indians. The zamindari system exploited the peasants, who were forced to grow only those crops that the British industries required. They were tortured or jailed on failure to pay the revenue in time. So industrial goods like textiles from Indian flooded in Indian market. This destroyed the Indian industries and made the artisans and peasants unemployed. So what happened? We have already discussed in the previous chapters Zamindari system, Rayatwari system and Mahalwari system. Under the whole land revenue policy, it was against the farmers and it was in favor of Zamindars and the big landlords and money lenders. And it was beneficial for Britishers but not in favor of the peasants. So ultimate suppression, ultimate exploitation, subject of exploitation were the peasants. So peasants were being exploited by the Britishers, and this culminated in the form of this 1857 revolt. So peasants or the poor families also joined this revolt. So it was another cause of the 1857 revolt, this such type of economic policies. Whenever the princely estates were annexed, the British got rent-free land and huge amount of money. The common people faced unemployment and poverty. When Awadh was occupied by the When Awadh was occupied by the British, Nawab's officials were dismissed and his army was disbanded. About 60,000 professional soldiers lost their livelihoods. So this was another effect of this exploitative economic policy of the Britishers. So these are political and economic causes. In the next video we will talk about various other causes. So till then keep watching, and if you are liking this video, please smash on the like button and subscribe my channel so that you will get the earliest notification of the new videos. So have a nice day. Thank you.